Plan for the mega fight with you and Crawford for one.
If we can make it at that weight division, I mean, whatever weight division I'm at, if wherever we still boxing at the same time, let's do it. I'm down to fight any one of these motherfuckers. I ain't here for the money. I'm here to win. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, the money already here, and I got it already, and it's gonna come. Mo gonna come, but why would I get in the ring over, an injury? You know what I'm saying?
Jermell Charlo has officially thrown his name into the conversation, calling out Terence Crawford for a possible mega fight, but only after Crawford handles business against Canelo Alvarez. Meanwhile, Crawford has made it clear that he's not looking too far ahead and prefers to stay locked in on the present. He emphasized that his mindset is all about taking fights one at a time rather than planning years in advance. Crawford shared that he feels strong, healthy, and mentally sharp, which is all that matters to him right now. He also mentioned that staying in peak condition allows him to enjoy the journey instead of stressing about what's next. According to Crawford, the goal is to stay focused, stay disciplined, and let the opportunities come naturally. This calm and confident approach shows why many consider him one of the smartest fighters in the sport today.
You want to be actively fighting?
I don't know.
It's not something you think about. You just go on fight by
I always
fight.
take one fight at a time. One fight at a time. I feel great. I'm healthy, and like I said, I'm looking forward to having some fun.
Crawford went on to explain that if he were to retire with a perfect record of 42 wins and 0 losses, he would be completely satisfied, especially if that decision was made together with his team. He stressed that walking away on mutual terms would mean more to him than chasing unnecessary fights. Crawford believes he has already cemented his legacy and checked off every major goal he set for himself. He pointed out that becoming undisputed and making history gave him everything he wanted from boxing. For him, leaving the sport without regrets is more important than proving anything else. He also made it clear that when the time comes, he wants to step away with peace of mind. That mindset reflects a champion who understands both success and timing.
If you were to not fight again, you'd be undefeated at 42-0. Would that satisfy you?
If that was the decision that I made, that my team made, for me to walk away, away from the sport, then of course I'll be, content and happy, because that's the decision that I made. I'm not gonna make something, that I'm not comfortable with. I had a great career. I've done some tremendous things in the sport of boxing. I made a lot of history. What can I not be proud of if I walked away from the sport right now? I don't have no regrets, because everything that I did it my way. So if I was to walk away from the sport right now, I wouldn't have no reason to hold my head down.
At the same time, another dangerous name pushing for a shot at Terence Crawford is David Benavidez. Crawford openly acknowledged that Benavidez is a massive fighter who may no longer comfortably make the 168-pound limit. He suggested that David looks more like a natural light heavyweight these days. Crawford stressed that fans need to be realistic when it comes to size and physical advantages in boxing. Despite that, he made it clear that he never doubts his own abilities. Crawford believes that skill, IQ, and experience can overcome physical disadvantages. He confidently stated that he feels capable of beating anyone put in front of him. That level of self-belief is exactly what separates elite fighters from the rest.
But if you were at 168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
Oh, like I said, man, that's a big dude. He ain't even at 168. When you look
right now, he's at 175. Really.
He probably can't even make 168. No. But when you look at these fights, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, say, all right, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he can fight his ass off. Me personally, I believe in my skills and my ability that I could beat anybody.
Jose Benavidez Sr., David's father and longtime trainer, shared his thoughts by saying that Crawford's coach, Brian "Bomac" McIntyre, is not interested in making the fight at this moment. He explained that their main priority right now is David's upcoming bout scheduled for November 22nd in Riyadh. According to Jose, everything else is secondary until that fight is out of the way. He stated that once the job is done, they'll sit down and evaluate future options. Jose made it clear that their goal has always been to chase history and take on the biggest challenges available. He added that if Crawford's team truly wants the fight, they wouldn't hesitate to accept it. In his words, it's all about giving fans the fights they've been asking for.
You heard Bomac that he does not want Crawford to fight David Benavidez. So right now, I believe that we have a tough fight, man. November 22nd. I don't want to get ahead of my fight. And, we're super focused 100% on getting to Riyadh and making that fight happen and keep proving ourselves and show the people who David is. Let's see what happens after that. Like I said, I will tell you, though, that it will be easy because, we'll be fighting. If everything goes well, we'll take a couple of weeks off and the weight will not be a problem because we will already there, kind of. So, at the end of the day, it's, my job as the manager is to get them the best fights and train them as a trainer. And, we want to make history, brother. So, and if the people want that fight and people think that that's a good fight, and if Bomac and Terence Crawford want that fight, why not? We're here to please the fans. And
Jose Benavidez Sr. also warned that a matchup between Crawford and Benavidez would be far from easy for Crawford. He described his son as the Mexican monster for a reason, highlighting his youth, size, and non-stop pressure inside the ring. Jose pointed out that David's fighting style is very different from Canelo Alvarez's approach. Unlike Canelo, David throws punches relentlessly and rarely gives his opponents time to breathe. While he praised Crawford as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, he still believes styles make fights. Jose suggested that David's power and aggressive pace could create serious problems. He also hinted that Crawford's age could play a factor in such a physically demanding matchup. It's a warning that has sparked plenty of debate among fans.
Give them what they want. I think David's too big for Terence Crawford. I think Terence Crawford will be like 38 years old, it will not be the same as Canelo, man. We know David comes in and throws a lot of punches and put the pressure. And no disrespect to Terence Crawford, he's the best pound for pound. He's in the books to do history. He did something that nobody could do. But at the end of the day, we're talking about the Mexican monster, David's young, strong, super big for Terence Crawford. Even Terence Crawford said that Kavalaskis or whatever hit harder than Canelo because the power's not there anymore. With David, it's a different story.
Jeff Mayweather weighed in by saying that David Benavidez is the type of fighter most people prefer to avoid, which only increases his value in the boxing world. He explained that being avoided often means you're doing something right. Jeff mentioned that if the financial offer is big enough, the fight could realistically happen. Ultimately, it would come down to whether Crawford wants to take on that kind of challenge. He also touched on Canelo's situation, saying that after a loss, the smartest move would be to pursue a rematch. According to Jeff, a rematch would allow Canelo to rebuild his image. It would also give him a chance to silence critics and prove the loss was just a setback. In boxing, redemption fights often define legacies.
But at the same time, Benavidez is also the one guy that nobody's willing to fight. And if nobody's willing to fight him, that makes his value go up. And so the thing is that if you get the right guy that is willing to pay for that, and I don't see him saying, okay, well, we can't afford to fight this guy. Mm-hmm. So that fight can happen if it's a fight that I think Bud won't entertain.
And what if you're Canelo? I think the only thing you could possibly want is that rematch to get a little bit of that legacy back.
Eddie Hearn added another angle by stating that a showdown between Terence Crawford and Jaron "Boots" Ennis is the best possible matchup in American boxing today. However, he emphasized that it would take a massive payday to lure Crawford into that fight. Hearn explained that Crawford fully understands how dangerous Boots is. It's not about fear, but about respect for Boots' talent and potential. He described Ennis as a younger version of Crawford himself. According to Hearn, Boots just needs the right big fights to truly show how special he is. That comparison alone speaks volumes about how highly Ennis is rated. The fight would be high risk but incredibly high reward.
Terence Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how great he is.
When asked if he's still interested in fighting Terence Crawford, Jaron "Boots" Ennis quickly shut down the conversation. He stated that his full attention is on his upcoming fight scheduled for October 11th. Ennis explained that looking too far ahead can lead to distractions and mistakes. For him, staying locked in on the present is the top priority. He made it clear that nothing outside of his next opponent matters right now. Ennis believes that focus is what separates champions from contenders. By blocking out outside noise, he feels he gives himself the best chance to perform at his highest level. Anything beyond that can wait until after fight night.
Wanting to fight Crawford, is it still a fight that you have interest in?
My main focus right now is October 11th. That's all I'm worried about. October 11th. I ain't worried about no outsiders. You know, I like that. That's how when you don't pay attention to what you got in front of you and you think ahead. That's how things happen. You know, my main focus is October 11th. That's it.
That wraps things up for today's video. Now it's your turn to weigh in on everything that was discussed. Do you think Crawford should take these risky matchups, or is patience the smarter move? Let us know how you see it playing out. Drop your opinions in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more boxing updates, news, and deep dives. Your support helps the channel grow and keeps the content coming.